Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues. Can you believe it again? Again, Everton have won a game of football 5 out of 7 now after beating Burnley 3 goals to 0 in the Carabao fourth cup round, which I said fifth round in my match preview. Yes, it is in fact the fourth round, but it's not the fourth round anymore. It's the quarter-finals for Everton. An unbelievable again performance. No, I didn't watch the game. I tried my absolute best to get to the game. Um, to be honest, I don't believe it was sold out. I should have just drove down there and tried to get in. Um, but I didn't. I'm gutted in the way because the match ticket's £25, which is more than half, uh, less than half than the actual normal match day prices, and I was going to get them the other day and it didn't. I just thought something would definitely come up, knowing my luck, but I didn't. It is what it is. Everton have beaten Burnley 3 goals to 0. Before we get into this match reaction, if you can like, comment, subscribe, massively appreciate. Let's get to 800 subs. Burnley fans, how do you feel after that game? Where do you think yous lie right now? Are you that bothered? Obviously, I think your attention should be more directed to the league. So as we, you know, I'm watching. Well, I'm still watching the United and Newcastle games. Basically, game over, isn't it? But it's game over since half time. To be honest, actually since the kickoff. Um, yeah. Again, as I didn't watch the game, I've just seen the goals before. It just looked like a really comfortable victory for Everton again. Um, and I'm not going to go into the game too much. I'm just going to give you my thoughts on how I feel potentially, who we could get in the quarterfinals, and what can we take from this. Listen, the goals are decent goals. There's a bit of play in the middle. Comes out to McNeil for the first goal. McNeil whips it in. Burnley duo and Tarkowski nods to home. Actually, not even nods to home. It's a really good header. Just loops it into the opposite corner from where he was from where he was standing. Um, yeah, a really good goal. I actually thought once I heard Tarkowski scored that it was a corner. So it was a bit strange seeing him. Might have been coming from a corner, to be honest. But yeah, 1-0 up. You couldn't call it them two to be involved in the goal. And yeah, apparently Burnley had a little bit of a spell after it, trying to breaking through the midfield a bit too easily. But you know we held out. They had 2 shots in the first half, I think, and then from what I can see in the second half and the final result, they haven't had a single shot for the rest of the game. So it's a comfortable victory, and the possession for them, I think we just sat back at 2-0. The second goal, corner comes in. I think Tarkowski wins it. Tarkowski's absolutely brilliant in the air. I've watched him live, and he's a massive, isn't he? He's massive. But you can tell he's an absolute, if you want to play that aerial battle, he's an absolute nuisance to deal with because, like I said, the size of him. And he wins most of his headers in games. But he heads it down, and then Onana's in the middle there and flicks it home. 2-0, fantastic. Prediction I said, and then Ashley Young had to ruin it. I said 2-0 for my prediction. Even a West Ham game, I said it 3-0. I predicted 3-0 West Ham. I didn't think Arsenal were going to put too much focus on this. They had a strong lineup, but strongish. But yeah, and then they scored right at the end, Arsenal. So I'm happy I didn't put bets on these. But yeah, Ashley Young scores at the end of the game. At that point, I don't really care because if I did put a bet on, it would have been ruined anyway. And I'm more than happy for more Everton players to score, more of an emphatic victory. 3-0 again. 2 home games in a row now. We've won 3-0. 5 of the last 7 we've won in games. A real positive month for Everton Football Club. A real positive. Well, it's November now, but you can say in the past 31 days. It's been fantastic. Aside from the Merseyside derby, but even from that, I took something from it. I took some positive from it, and talking about Merseyside derby for the past hour or so, all I can think about is I feel like we're going to get Liverpool in the next round. Now, it's quite hard to judge this. You know, most likely we're going to face Liverpool at some point if we do keep winning in this cup. Um, would you rather have the heartbreak now? Let's be honest. Would you rather have the heartbreak now in the quarterfinals? I would, if if we had to play them at some point, because listen, I want to have more faith in my club. But also against Liverpool, it's just it does become tiring to having to play them every year. I think that's the only thing I've got about of us not going down is that we have to still play Liverpool every season. But at some point we're gonna get a big win. Some point we're gonna get a bit of luck against them. So who knows? And if you're gonna play them, I don't want them to get to a final. Liverpool don't want them to have a day out. But it'd be amazing to beat them in the final. It could if it had to be, it had to be. But I prefer to just get them out early and then hopefully progress from there. Now, us getting past Liverpool is no easy feat for anyone, and especially for us. So, it's a tough one. I don't really know who I want, to be honest, because at the end of the day now, you're going to have to beat the teams. You're just going to have to face whoever you are, whoever in front of us. We've beaten an Aston Villa side away from home. We've won 12 league home games in a row. Not just undefeated in 12, 1 or 12 home games in a row. And we've beat them at their own ground with relatively both strong sides. So, that's, people could go, if you've got Port Vale next, to go, oh my God, Everton's just getting the easy route to the cup here. Well, we haven't. It's been challenging. Doncaster away, still challenging. Away from home, you never know what could happen in the cup. You got Aston Villa away. Such a hard game to come through that. I actually couldn't believe we actually beat them at their ground. Can't remember the last time we did. And then you go and beat Burnley at home, which was a favourable tie, but anything could happen. Could have easily been a good break for Burnley to really showcase themselves. Maybe, I don't know how Company's set up. If he was a bit more defensive, I feel like he wasn't in this game. But none of the goals were really exposed. We haven't counter-attacked really. I mean, the third goal looks a bit like we've got something from a counter-attack or some sort of progressive attack and play, where they look a bit they're running back to themselves. Burnley, Beto for the third goal, I haven't even said in 8 minutes in. Brilliant from Beto. That's what I want to see from him more. We're all worried with the lineup, and I know it's a bit late to come into this lineup thing because I'm not going to keep doing this video for much longer. I was a bit worried with the lineup, I'm not going to lie. And things could have turned ugly. If it turned ugly, I would have blamed Dyche. Progressively bring Dominic Calvert-Lewin back into the team, into the fold, back into the right fitness, make sure he's injury-free, 100%. Well, it's never 100%, but injury-free of some sorts. And to play him today, I was a bit like, I really love the optimism, because Dyche is known to, from Burnley fans, that he doesn't really set up a strong lineup. He's not really bothered about the cup and that, and obviously that's probably to do with, league. The league is what is important. And like I said, I admired the, to put a strong side like that out, but I think out of everyone, I was just worried about DCL. But nothing happened from what I'm aware of. No one's told me. I've not seen any updates on DCL being injured. I know he went off at some point, like many other players. And I just really did want to see again Beto to have a good run out, starting in the lineup. And, because what we've seen from Beto coming off the bench hasn't been particularly great. But I am patient with him because it's a new league. He works hard. And when you work hard, like extra hard, you get rewarded at some point. But that, for him, using his physical dominance over the defender, whoever it was for Burnley, and basically barges him out the way. Just what I want to see is just proper Lukaku-esque, Yakubu-esque, kind of just that strong centre forward. Duncan Ferguson as well, even though I didn't watch him too much in my time when I was younger, because I was dead young. But yeah, it was fantastic to see. Ball across and Ashley Young flicks it home, just like some of that kind of flick to Onana. Ashley Young, who, why is he playing centre forward? What's going on? But he scored and made up. There's an argument about Ashley Young as well. I don't know if he was just resting Patterson. I'm hoping, we all see against Brighton. I really do hope Patterson starts against Brighton, because Ashley Young, to me, shouldn't be starting for Everton Football Club. He could do a job when he comes on. He could do a job in games like this. I'm hoping that's the reason, because it was a game like this. You can make a few changes, rest some players. But, from what I can see, Ashley Young didn't do a bad job. And he scored a goal. So, obviously, scoring a goal now, I hope it doesn't, change the mind of Dice to put him in for the game against Brighton. I really hope not, because I just wouldn't change a winning squad. I know it's a cup game, it's different. But in terms of league, I wouldn't change a winning squad in a sense. Depends on the opposition and whatnot. You're going to set up differently and whatnot. But Ashley Young to swap him back, to put him back in the forward over Nathan Patterson makes absolutely no sense to me against Brighton if he does. But look, we're through. Unbelievable. I hope we don't get anyone big, but at the end of the day, we've got to have to face someone. We'll never get a team like Port Vale. We'll never get a team like Port Vale in the cup. Now, you can also argue, I don't know how Burnley set up today. They could have set up in a way where it benefits us, because when it's teams who drop deep, we do struggle. So maybe it isn't the worst if you don't play Port Vale at home, let's say, because it could be a game where we could actually get beaten, which just sounds crazy to say, but you've seen bigger shocks in football than that. And like I said, we don't play good against teams who have a low block and whatnot. They'll be defending for their lives. They've never been in a quarter final. I can't even remember if Port Vale ever have. So teams like that, Middlesbrough as well, we're reasonably good in the Championship. So I wouldn't even, no game is easy. I just, even though I can't help our away form has been better, I just think in a cup game, it's different potentially. I know we'd be filler, but at this stage now, home teams, when you're home, it's a real advantage. The crowd's going to be really up for it. It's a potential cup semi-final at stake, and a potential trip to Wembley after that. Or you get given a big chance to go to a final. And for the clubs that remain, Newcastle have just gone through now. It's massive. It's absolutely massive. And there's only really Liverpool and Chelsea in the final 8 here who have got a real cup winning record in recent years. Big cups, domestic cups. And Chelsea aren't that great. And Liverpool are really good. And just made it through tonight, which frustrated me. So, Liverpool are the favourites. You can't deny that, despite how good Newcastle are. Liverpool are the favourites. So we've got, it's time to roll our socks up. It's 3 games to a potential final for Everton Football Club. Please. I wish the semis in a sense was in Wembley as well, because there'd be a game away from Wembley, but still, you've got to get through these games. You've got to, if you want a good cup run, it'll do massive wonders for the club financially. Just pull us back on the map in a sense. And also just to get rid of this horrible, horrible cup drought. I've never seen my club lift a trophy. That pre-season trophy we won was the best moment I've had as an Everton fan. I felt like I was watching FIFA in real life. I couldn't believe it. But I would just love us to have a good cup run with all the negativity surrounding the club. The horrendous time it has been to be an Evertonian for a number of years. It'll be just absolutely lovely to go on a cup run and actually, potentially win it. Why can't we? Why can't we? There's other clubs there who have got distractions. There's other clubs there who aren't in great form. There's other clubs there who are not even in our league. So we have a big chance. Just like West Ham, just like others, they will think the same. But we really, just please Everton Football Club, please. But anyway, I'll see you all soon. Like, comment, subscribe. Get to 800 subs. Up the Blues. Burnley fans, how do you feel? Where do you think this is going to leave us now for the rest of the season? Are you even that bothered? Yeah. See you all soon.